Well, welcome back to another Before You Play, and this time we're actually covering a game that's existed on the platform for quite a while. Type Soul re-release. However, this time Type Soul's actually coming back with quite a bit of content. Actually, it's a lot of content. Now, as unfortunate as it is to say, Type Soul's probably the only Roblox anime game, if not the only Roblox game over the past couple of years, that not only keeps coming back, but essentially keeps coming back better than it was before. With OG release being my favorite, the re-releases haven't actually been terrible until, well, later on down the line, until they get terrible. And I'm not too sure if this re-release is going to be the exact same thing, as in it releases in a good state, mainly because the game has been closed beforehand, and then over time the developers, as they do all the time, end up ruining the update, because Roblox developers are literally just that, Roblox developers. You guys know, as Roblox developers update games, they inherently get worse for some reason, even though it's meant to do the opposite. Or will Type Soul actually stand the testament of time? With the Hell update, we're getting something we don't see often in any Roblox game: content. And content usually is king. And with the Hellverse update, there's meant to be a lot coming. So I'm gonna take you guys through the new update logs. We're gonna talk about it, and we're just gonna come to our conclusions of what may or may not happen. And as you're seeing this video, Type Soul's actually meant to come out in, well, it's coming out tomorrow. The re-release is coming out tomorrow, so just over 24 hours. But without further ado, let's actually get straight into this, because the update log is actually kind of long and we do want to know what is going on with the Hell update. So hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. And as you can see here, Type Soul Hell update log. Content Hellverse. Important, please read. Hell, the grammar threw me off here. Hell are areas that can potentially result in data loss or lock. See, this was a warning. This was a warning to a lot of people, because we do know you are going to be able to wipe inside of the Hellverse. A live system is in Hell, so there's going to be a live system. Probably, let's just assume it's like Rogue Lineage, bro. There's going to be a live system. Your soul wisp resonant your lives. Running out of lives means your character is stuck in Purgatory. Whatever specific character is locked, you can fight yourself to set it free. The stronger you are, the stronger fighting yourself is. Every time you beat yourself, it will keep multiplying. So if you beat it once, you have to beat 2 versions of yourself, and so on. Now, from my assumptions from this is Purgatory, once you're wiped, Purgatory is the place you're sent to, of course. And you're going to have 2 options once in Purgatory: to either buy your way out with money, which is going to be the most optimal thing to do, or to fight yourself. Now, the first time you fight yourself, so the first time you wipe, it's not going to be an issue. I think everybody should have a fairly decent time fighting yourself for the first time. Now, the only issue is Type Soul's AI is a little bit scuffy when it comes to PvE, or at least it was before in the past. We don't know if it's going to be fixed now. I doubt it will be. It'll probably be exactly the same. So if you were one of those people that were struggling with Shikai, and I remember there were so many people struggling to beat their Shikai, even so, please don't pretend like you're him. You were struggling with your Shikai. You're cooked. Or you're one of those people that attempted your Bankai 300 plus times, and that's a majority of the player base, if we're being quite honest. We're gonna be struggling here, but you guys need to remember as well, yourself, the version of yourself you fight in Purgatory, mimics you. So if you draw out your Shikai, it will draw out his Shikai. If you fight in base, it will fight in base. If you pop your Bankai, it will pop his Bankai. So it's kind of going to be an even matchup to a certain extent. Again, it's probably going to boil down to how good you are at the game mechanically, or if the AI is just scuffed. If the AI is scuffed, then it's just always auto parrying and has the upper hand, then obviously you're more likely to lose. And then if you do win, fighting 2 or 3 versions of yourself is always going to be an issue. You probably will be either forced to wipe eventually or spend money. So that's the Purgatory system in a nutshell. Buying a dev product will restore you back to life without needing to fight yourself, spending money. and will reset your fight back to just one NPC. Okay, so let's say you've done the first time and you've done the second time and you fought yourself the second time and actually won. The chances of you beating 3 versions of yourself is very low. So if you rack up NPCs in Purgatory, if you want to reset the amount of NPCs there is, you're going to buy the restore with Robux. It makes sense. Again, Cetro might be the most intelligent Roblox developer, or he might just be a scumbag. This incentivizes people to spend money. There's literally no point going through the hassle of fighting 20 versions of yourself. Spend the money, spend the Robux. And with how convenient this is, resetting your NPC back to 1 every time you purchase it, it's probably gonna cost 800 plus Robux. If this costs less than 800 Robux, I'll genuinely be shocked. So Cetro knows exactly what he's doing with this, and in my opinion, it is so smart. I have to give credit where credit is due. This is smart. It's smart. It's genius marketing. It's genius. It's free cash flow. Nobody's gonna want to wipe their hell builds. This is so smart. You guys don't even understand. This dev product can be bought infinitely. However, you need to buy it each time you would like to restore your slot. Oh my gosh. There's a free to play way to restore your slot in game by in-game means without beating yourself. Okay, so there is a free to play version of this. It's probably going to be very hard to achieve or to obtain, and obviously by the way he said it here, it's going to be gatekept for a while. The only way to lose your lives is to other players. Oh, ganking is going to be prevalent. Dying to environmental hazards. Oh, never mind. Hell is just hell, I guess. So the only way to lose your lives is to other players. Dying to environmental hazards, mobs, or by other means will not take a life from you. PvP is the only way to lose lives. Okay, sorry, I take back what I said. Ganking is going to be prevalent. Ganking is going to be prevalent. You know there are going to be players that camp hell just to kill you. So how bad the PvE mobs are in hell doesn't matter. What you need to worry about is running into other players. And if the hell servers are going to be full of players trying to figure out where certain things are, how to unlock the new transformations, hell's gonna have a lot of secrets that needs to be uncovered for the first at least the month of hell. There's going to be players inside of hell 24/7. So if you're going to hell to unlock your new transformations, beware. It's not gonna be a safe. People will probably gank on site. It's gonna be ganked or be ganked. You can assume the group of players or the player standing across the room isn't going to try and kill you and mind your business, or you can assume everybody is KOS, and it's kill be killed. If you assume someone's going to be passive and they end up ganking you and you die, that's on you. It's going to be KOS in hell. I promise you, it'll be kill on sight. To gain a life back, simply kill a hell mob. This will instantly restore one of your lives back. That's pretty lenient. Anywhere you have a wisp is concerned hell area. So if you have a wisp, yes, you are in danger of being wiped. Okay, if you die to a player. If you roll your element once, you reset your true form quest entirely from the 3rd stage. Oh, there's stages? There is 3 stages to getting your true Bankai Res Segunda Volstandich. That's not going to be fun. This will reset your true form progression for your true Shikai partial. True. You'll need to do the quest each time if you want to get another true elemental form. Wow. So even... Wow. If you roll your elements once, you reset your whole true form quest entirely from your 1st stage. So if I already have my true Bankai and I change to another Shikai or change my Shikai, I have to do my 3rd stage all over again. That's not fun. Culling games battle royale. Oh my gosh, that is not fun. Culling games battle royale. Important, please read. We've decided to make these rotational. They each have their own rewards, and the loot pools will the loot pools which will all be listed whenever the battles whatever. They switch phases, and when each phase is done, you get rewards, or if you win, you get rewards. Congratulations. Crafting. Okay, there's gonna be crafting. Crafting has a unique layout: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Think of it like Minecraft. When crafting, you need to put items in the specific positions. If the items that you put in do not end up being the correct combination, it fails. You can craft items, skills, and important artifacts needed to do specific things. Wow. So just know, when you're creating artifacts or items that you need for your stages to get your true transformations, people are going to gatekeep the combination you need to put in. And the people who know the combinations are obviously going to be the developers and probably the testers. This is going to be some hard gate-kept information. Developers, testers, and nano prodigy are going to be the only people that know the combinations, right? So good luck. Good luck. Good luck. I guess don't do anything until there's YouTube videos out on how to do things. Unless you're one of those people that like to experiment, then GG. Have fun wasting your time. Balancing. Important, please read. All races have been tweaked, nerfed to be relative to each other. Interesting. I don't see how Arankas only have one skill and that's being nerfed to be relative to each other, but we'll see. Quincy's have defense damage, blah blah blah, but their sub mode doesn't heal anymore. Oh my days. Okay, that's pretty crazy. That's a crazy nerf. They also have to pick between having cybernetic and Let's. They cannot have both. Oh my days. Okay. Let's still no longer heals. Either choose not having Let's and having cybernetic. Oh my gosh. Essentially 3 moves, or get Let's and have stat buffs and your variant, but no heal pack from Let's. So when you pop Let's, it doesn't give a health pack anymore. And still have 2 swift moves. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. So basically the Type Soul developers are saying no to fun. Let's not make Type Soul fun. Let's just, you know. Type Soul Reapers got Visored heal health pack reduced from 50 to 15. So Quincy's got no health pack, but Visored still have a health pack. Even if it's super small, it's still a health pack. Shikai Stasis has a debuff back. Shikai Stasis has its debuff back. What the fuck is that? Reducing your Shikai damage by 10%. Never mind. Wow. What is this? What am I reading? They get no innate passives or defense without Visored. So they keep the third move because they're the squishiest. Alright. Arankas have the highest defense innately out of all the races by hero. 15%. A Serapath, Oculus, and passive Vasto variant. However, have 1 partial now. So because Arankas are the tankiest, they only have 1 partial. All races have 3% regen innately. Nothing else should give ray regen at all. Not even accessories. So accessories don't give ray regen anymore. That's pretty crazy. Doesn't that mean fights are gonna like be more annoying though? We'll see. Good thing about these nerfs is that buffs can occur more often to specific things, but this change is final. Type Soul. NPCs and laws. There's new NPCs every realm now, giving hints about new quests and obtainable things. Sneaky sets. Important, please read. If you have something that you are not meant to have, is automatically removed from you. If this problem persists and you keep being kicked, please make a ticket. Okay. Hybrid. Compensation for hybrid will be given an item upon joining the game if you had a hybrid. So is hybrids gone now? Added soul buff bundle and Soulian bundle mainly for new players. It's a starter pack dev product that you can only use once. Okay. Some starter pack pay to win stuff. Okay, so we're getting to some Hellverse things. Content 1, Hellverse. The highway to hell. Avoid the cleaner, find the crystals, defeat the guardian. Ring 1, a hardcore PvP realm consisting of new raids and quests and mobs. Insanely dangerous but highly rewarding. Loot boxes also drop from these. Raids. King of the Hill, self-explanatory. King's Gambit. A random person is chosen to be the king. Kill this player to win the raid. If the time ends and they aren't killed in time, someone else is chosen. Okay. Type Soul CC raids return. Interesting. Arankas must defend and make sure that the point doesn't go up. Quincy's and Soul Reapers can stay on the point to spawn the fragment. Take the fragment to your faction zone to win. Ring 2. This is Lairs, by the way. This is Hell's Lairs. A sea of never-ending screams and death. Ring 3. Whatever this is, it ends now. The Maze. Scary, but there's secrets. The Library of Runeera. Purgatory, where you can pay to win to come back to life, or you can fight NPCs over and over until you win again, or you know, have fun. New race, Fullbringer. That's what we're going to be doing. Fullbringers. Each Fullbringer has has a unique second form. Bankai, Trial. Good luck. Nice. Everyone is given a free slot for Fullbringer. Nice. Time Tells, No Lies, Legendary. Dollhouse, Rare. Zangetsu, Legendary. Interesting. Book of the End, Mythical. Chess, Mythical. Okay. Definitely not going chess. So let's go Book of the End. Interesting, interesting, interesting. New elements and reworks. Benihime finally got the reworked. Almighty, no one, that's pretty cool. Nimble, Overkill, and Spirit Segunda. Battle Phase, Soul Pass. Culling, BR, exclusive rewards. Soul, Ranked, exclusive reward. Culling Games, faction-based game mode consisting of the 10 people per team. Each team member is worth a certain amount of points depending on how strong you are overall. Takes Visors, Lets, Bastos, Bankais, True Bankais into account. Gripping players gives you points. Use these points to in the shop to control the battlefield. The team with the most points at the end wins. Crafting. You can now use items in your inventory to craft specific items and turn them into accessories that can have special properties or passives, or skills that can modify your playstyle. Using Blue Pill removes the effects of all modified skills. Interesting. Soul Wars. A casual and competitive PvP mode containing builds and characters from Type Soul's lore and new ones, with various different ways to compete against enemy builds or enemy guilds, containing a roster of over 20 characters, 6 DLC characters, and 1 Battle Pass character. Why the fuck does a free-to-play game have DLC characters and a Battle Pass character? Find out in the next episode of Type Soul Money Laundering. Ryatsu Bomb, a casual 4v4 game mode on a one team gets bomb and the other needs to defuse the bomb. Conquest, competitive, soon. Should have not added it in if it's not in the game, right? Rotational Battle Royale now has its own loot pool and has been tweaked a bit. Additionally, it now has a battle pass so you can work towards. Nice. Paying for the battle pass. Adult Nell is now at the bank. Game closed time skip. Interesting. Katakura Town's been changed. Full Boomer Homeworld. That's nice. FK World now drops cosmetics. Can additionally and potentially drop emotes, weapon skin rerolls, eyes rerolls, mouth rerolls, flash type color. It's just more things that you have to rotate between. Clan ranked. Ranked clan wars have now been combined into one. 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s, 4v4s, 5v5s, 6v6. This is nice. We'll see how that plays out though. Ranked points removed. Rewards given when match ends is and it's 1. Okay. Clan Wars, separate loot pool, nice. Rewards are now given when match end is 1. Okay, cool. Medic rework. Interesting. I don't know any of the medic skills like that, so I don't really care right now. We'll see how good it is once we get into the game. Okay, so content 2, soul vows. Vows are now obtainable passives you can get through your build, sacrificing one thing to gain another. Vow of potential. You vow to fight to your fullest potential. When combat tagged, start the fight with 15% debuff in all stats. What the flip? Taking damage, dealing damage, parrying, dodging will grant a build aura of your body, or build aura around your body. Your stats will scale with aura. When your aura is finally maxed, you gain a 10% buff in all stats. Over 10 plus rollable themes of music you can... Okay. What the flip? This sucks. So you have to dodge, parry, and every time you take damage, every time you deal damage, eventually you'll get only a 10% buff in all stats. But you start off with a 15% debuff in all stats, which means you're squishier and more prone to death. So essentially, don't take damage. Your only option is to deal damage, to dodge and parry, or you're just gonna get one shot. And then all of this, remember, is gradual. So you start off with a 15% debuff, and then it'll probably go down to 10, and then 5, and then 0, and then it'll start going up 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not worth it. That's not worth it. Vow of Fist. When in combat, reaching a certain damage threshold will allow you to tap into your inner gates. As you tap into more gates, your health drains. However, your damage increases. You cannot use your sub mode with this vow. Oh, that sucks. And it doesn't work in Bankai, Res, or Vault. Hakuda only. This sucks. I mean, obviously, you're going to go Glass Cannon on some Rock Lee stuff, right? If you take damage, you essentially get one shot. You got to remember, if people are propping their true Bankais, who gives a F if you're opening your gates of fist? I'm just going to spam my abilities and one-shot you, goofy. Oh gosh, heck no. Reaching a certain damage threshold and landing an attack will cause two things to occur randomly. Bankrupt. Lose a lot of Ryotsu. Jackpot. Any attack landed deals 5% more damage than what the attack would have initially done. Getting 3 jackpots in a row will cause you to go into jackpot mode, healing you a decent amount and giving you infinite Ryotsu for the entire duration of the song. So you have to RNG. These vows suck. I'm not reading the rest of this. Gain a spirit of yourself that will do moves after a specific move you've done. You cannot use your sub mode with this vow. Has a global cooldown of 8 seconds. All moves from your clone have reduced posture and reduced damage. List below for sacrifices. Not reading that. New boss Yorichi has quest requirements. Virgil, Bamboo Hat Min. The Holy Sword Excalibur. This is an interesting one. A Holy Sword exclusive to only Quincy. Can only be welded by one Quincy out. Wait, what? Is this a spec thing? One Quincy out of, assuming 50,000 players. Jeez Louise, bro. What even is that? Devil's Trigger. And you know the people who are gonna have this are like CC players or testers. You think that regular players ever gonna get to use Excalibur? GG, bro. Devil Trigger. New obtainable that will replace your sub mode, upgrading your Yamato crew in a form. Oh my gosh. I just don't give a fuck about this. Content free. Press H for your clan's special ability if it has one. Nice. This is interesting right here. It gives us a reason to spend more money and spin for mythical clans. New clan stats: Soul Reaper, mythical 1%, Soul's Eye, 10 HP, 8 posture, 10 Ryotsu, 5 increased mode duration, 7% visor duration. Anything that gives a bunch of HP is going to be super popular now because HP regen is not a thing anymore. 20% HP and 20 HP, 20 Ryotsu, 15 posture. So these two are going to be super popular. Yamato still gives a bunch of HP. I mean, all the legendaries give a bunch of HP, bro. if we're being honest. And why is this a mythical if this gives damn near better stats? Alright. Type Soul developers, bro. Aranka, 1 mythical. I guess it's because it gives some sort of clan ability, by the way. And these don't. Aranka, mythical 1%, 15 HP. Okay, so the Soul Reaper gets 10 and these guys get 15. What about the Quincy? They get 10 as well. Interesting. 10 HP, 10 posture, 5 mode duration, and the new mythical Inshida, 10 HP, 10 posture, 5% mode duration, 5% lens duration. Interesting. And then this gives 10% lens duration, but doesn't give a mode duration. Interesting, interesting. Clan passives. Enlightenment. Taking an attack 2 times will trigger you to adapt to it and will have defense against the attack for the next 5 minutes. What? Okay. Blood Pact. Consuming HP of blood for a little bit boosts the raid pack. I don't really care about none of these. I'm just looking for the mythicals, bro. Supreme King. When someone deals 150 damage to you, their heart starts beating while the screen turns slightly red. Ray regen reduced or healing halved. I mean, healing isn't really in the game anymore unless you have a medic, no? Ray regen being reduced is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, this sucks though. Compared to the Soul Reaper joint. Let's see if they have slightly or zero scaling. CD 5% hero plus 5 hero if hero variant has no extra hero, then 2.5 defense. Oof, it's pretty crazy. Animation screens, I don't care anymore. Inshida, when you run out of Ryatsu, you gain a 10% Ryatsu pack, high cooldown. It's actually pretty good, but for sure Soul Reaper have the best mythical. Soul Reapers have the best mythical for sure. Alright, cool. Fullbringer, clan stats. Let's see. 6% mode duration, 8% posture, 20 HP. Oh, this might be the best clan stats for sure for the mythicals. Let's see the clan passive. Dealing a certain amount of damage without being hit makes your next skill cost no Ryatsu. That's actually not bad. But how often are you going to deal a certain amount of damage without being hit? Yeah. Soul Reapers definitely have the best clan passive for sure, in my opinion. True modes, true Shikai, true shifts, true partial. Do Fullbringers not have trues? Sorry. The strongest pinnacle spiritual power when you're in your second form. You can opportunity press Control J again to pop true. Upon popping true, within 3 seconds, someone else, if they pop true near you, they can clash with you. If this occurs, it plays a cooldown. They'll place their true in cooldown if you win. It's advised you only clash if you know you'll win it. Shinigami True Form, True Bankai mainly focused around barrier and domain types. They spawn domains that buff their moves and give them completely new moves or passives depending on what the true form they're using. And these are all the things that have true in the game. So almost every single one of them. Aranka True Form. Mainly focused on barrierless environmental types, so they can run around in their true forms without there being a giant dome surrounding you. They're not limited to a barrier or domain. Their modes and moves have passives with the surrounding area versatility in any scenario. Vampire, the Stark is gonna looking like Stark might be crazy. Well, let's be honest, they're all gonna be crazy. Quincy, let's see, mainly focused and advantage gimmick barrier domain types. These modes are very dangerous as some modes completely change the tide of the fight altogether. Jack of all trades. Some require certain preparations or critical thinking. Okay. Death dealing is gonna be crazy. I can imagine visionary, honestly. Miracle is gonna be crazy. Yeah, man. They're all gonna be crazy, if we're being honest. Balance, if balance pops is true, run the opposite direction, chat. Let's just be honest. Balance changing run. All items have now been reworked to give mode raids, clan rewards, Hellverse own loot pools instead of being able to get them from anywhere. Okay, so you actually need to do certain modes in order to get certain drops, which is honestly a really good change because it incentivizes players doing different things for different stuff. So it's actually really smart. That's really smart. Rankers have been set to 1 partial. Partial essence now resets cooldown of your partial if it lands Zero. All Riatsu regen on accessories have been removed. Quincy Cybernetics now prevents you from using Let's. Let's still no longer gives you a health pack. Oh, that's so bad. Medallions removed will return. If you have a true Bankai, you can no longer get your Bankai stolen by medallion. Interesting. Shikai stasis is now have a damage speed. Shikai stasis now has its damage debuff back 5% less instead of 10. Aranka passives ray regen reduced from 10% to 3%. Damn, that's super low. Shinigami is all the same. If you had an ultra skill, it's now removed from your inventory. Ultra skills and essences now share the same slot. You can no longer have both. If you have air Hakuda or style manual crits, should up tilt again only if you have the air path, except for wrestling. Star Flash Supernova, I don't care anymore. I'm not gonna lie. Crits give soul style back. Interesting. Oh my gosh, this is a lot to read. Let's see, is there anything here I care about? Star Eagle, no. Miracle Revive, DNC, Change Health Superstar E, Pressure Shift Wind Up, and some nerfs and things of that nature. It's literally just a bunch of nerfs. Literally just a bunch of nerfs. Alright. Honestly, that's it, man. Let me know what you guys think. Type Soul's coming back with a bunch of content, but the game as we knew it is completely changed. A lot of things have been nerfed and died down. I don't know if this is to make the game more grounded, to make fights last shorter, or what. Honestly, we're gonna have to find out the hard way. But definitely the most interesting thing happening this summer so far. And yeah, I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow.